Hey y'all, I'm coming back with a very, this is like a, I'm gonna keep it 100, 200 video and higher. Alright, so I was sitting back and I was doing some self-reflecting, and y'all hear that in my speeches a lot, that I do a lot of self-reflecting, and I do a lot of self-reflecting a lot because it's something that is essential for your soul. It's essential for your healing. You know, it's essential for your personal growth. And it's very important because if you never take time out to reevaluate your life, reevaluate your emotions, acknowledge your emotions, you reevaluate the people that surround you, you know, the direction your life going, the direction where your life came from, where you at now, where you was in the past, where you at in the present, and where you going in the future. If you have no clue where you are, it's very confusing to figure out where you are and where you need to go at. So it's essential that you self-reflect. So as I was doing some self-reflecting, you know, I was thinking to myself that it was one point in my life where as though it was hard to be by myself. I couldn't be by myself. I always had to have, and I'm not talking about my family and friends, because your family and friends, they gonna come around, they can be around. But I felt like I always needed a companion. Now don't get me wrong, us as humans, we yearn for companionship. It's in our DNA. It's in nature. It's that's what we do. Because we yearn for companionship. It's natural. You know. But you should be able to, and all of us should, we should be able to always. So you always had to, and I'm sorry y'all had to cut the video off because YouTube always playing their commercials. But anyway, so self-reflection is just important. Like I said, back to my thought because I got went off course. So I remember it was a time in my life where so I always had to have a man around, and sex was a coping mechanism for me, and that was my way of dealing with my hurt. If I felt sad, I have sex. You know, if my self-esteem was low and I felt low or down, I would run to sex. If someone break my heart, I run to sex. Sex was a coping mechanism for me. Me not realizing that it was causing more harm. That coping mechanism was causing me more harm than it did good. It was a temporary relief, but it wasn't permanent. And I'm going to tell you how it harmed me more than it helped me. Because when I did it, all I did kept transferring spirits, So me as an empath, I'm picking up. And remind you, I wasn't out there, so, you know, I would have my one person that I would go to and I would do all that with. We wasn't in a relationship. I was just was my main apple scrapple. And I knew he wasn't a faithful person, but I was in love. And I still did my thing with him anyway. And that was a mistake from the past that won't happen again. Trust me. So I knew that, you know, he had, well, I'm going to say I assumed that he had other partners, you know, because he was good looking and he had a nice body. And so I knew he was probably pretty much doing him because we wasn't in a relationship. But the moral of the story is that every person that he came in contact with, whether it was, and let me say this, whether he was having sex with him or not, whoever he came in contact with energetically, you know, he brought those spirits back to me. And me being an empath, I picked those energies up quickly. So I'm dealing with my own stuff. I'm dealing with his energy and his stuff. And I'm dealing with every person that he came in contact with. I'm dealing with their stuff too. So I was a broken mess. So I'm just finding myself this year. I'm going to say the end of 2020. I really found myself. I did some shadow work and I really came to a conclusion that I'm not accepting certain things anymore because I am worth it and I am enough. And that's the attitude that I had. Now, these people that wanted to continue to use me, or the guy that I was dealing with, you know, of course, after I stopped dealing with him, I dealt with somebody else, you know, they still wanted me to be that old person. And one even said out his mouth, "What happened to the old Shannon?" Oh, she's gone. You might as well go ahead and forget about that one. Because she's gone, babe, and she's not coming back. So, whatever you thought you was about to get, you're wrong. But I just wanted to say that self-love is essential to your soul. It's essential to your soul. When you begin to love yourself, you will no longer let no one come in and abuse you anymore. No more. And I have made myself hug myself. I hug myself every day and say, I love you. And even with the things, because we all got something about us that we do not like, and I will tell myself, even with this, I still love you. Even with that, I still love you. And then I start reciting the positive things about myself that I do like and I do love, you know, to just raise that frequency even higher. But self-care and self-love is very important. And once you begin to love yourself, people, places, and things are going to change without effect. And a lot of people are going to walk away from you. They're going to walk out of your lives because they're going to be like, this person changed. This person's different. This person loves herself more. Oh my gosh. And then the good part about it is that you'll start to attract people that love you too. Once you start loving yourself more, you'll attract other people that love you as well. Because I have noticed a difference when I did not love myself. I was attracting people that didn't love me either. They would take advantage of me. They would use me. They would mistreat me. And all the other stuff that comes along with it. The second that I digged inside myself and I had grabbed them old attachments that doesn't belong, and them old attachments that kept me in that dark, I don't love you place. Once I got rid of that, I start to meet people that really have my best interest at heart. And then the people come from out of nowhere. Like, you be like, wow, where did this person come from? wow, was this the ingredients the whole time that I need? Self-love is the ingredients. It's the ingredients to every single area of your life. And people kept telling me this, and I'm like, I don't see it, I don't see it, I don't see it. That's because I was lying to myself all that time, and I kept telling myself, oh, I got high self-esteem, I love myself. And the whole time I was lying to myself. And then when I did this deep inside myself, and I started working on myself, and I really started to realize some things, and I'm like, man, what I thought was self-love, I was wrong. And I knew that the transition was real when I met someone that offered me something. On the very first day this person met me, they offered me something that somebody will offer you when they've known you for a very long time. I'm talking about like childhood friendship type thing. You would have thought that one of my childhood friends, you know, let me take it back because I probably confused y'all. The thing that this person had offered me, no one knew would offer you this. It will be somebody that has known you for a really, really long time, because it was very personal. And it get inside his personal stuff or their personal background to do this. Like, you have to really trust a person to offer them this type of help. So for this person to do this and not even know me like that, that was my first sign that my self-love journey has just started. And I asked this person why. And this person came back and said, I said, why would you do that for me? You don't even know me. Why? And this person said, because God put people in people's lives for a reason. Psh. I was blown after that. I mean, really, how can you argue with that? Self-love is the best love. And if I knew this was the ingredients to a happy life, I would have done this a long time ago. I would have been eating this a long time ago. And now that I know, because I have a past when I did not love myself, and now that I'm on this new self-love journey, and I went through all the stages of the darkest of the dark of the darks, and I know it probably some more dark days that's coming, you know, because life ain't about peaches and cream now. I'm going to share every moment with the world. And I'm going to teach and I'm going to show the world what it feel like. Matter of fact, not even what it feel like, but how to get from that place of not loving yourself to get into a place of loving yourself, because it's essential to your soul. It's essential to your soul. So if you want to go on this journey with me, please hop on the ride. We're going to have a good time. We're going to support each other. We're going to love on each other. And we're going to just spread nothing but the highest vibration in the world, which is the spirit and energy of love. We're going to teach young ladies how to love themselves. And even women that's my age, in the 30s. We're going to teach. I'm going to teach. We're going to teach together how to get from that place of not accepting yourself for who you are, or just loving yourself, period, to loving yourself more. And watch how it transforms your life. Once you start loving yourself, that's a huge transformation within itself. And change has to take place within you and around you. self-love is the best love. Self-care, self-care, self-care. Tell yourself you love yourself today. Give yourself a hug and tell yourself, I love me. Self, I love you. Until then, y'all,